Hi, everybody. You already know that I think that the landscaping outside and the plants that you use are very, very powerful. We're now going to talk a little bit about the indoor plants that would be very helpful to you for a lot of different reasons when you're trying to sell or when you're trying to just stay and enjoy your home. Now, plants are really a very, very effective way to raise the energy in any area of the house where you might think that it's lacking. And it's not a bad idea to have a live plant in every part of your house. They can be used, as you already know, to soften sharp edges or poison arrows. Sometimes you have very little choice about how to take care of the softening. You can't use fabric. So a plant placed strategically can soften that and take away that poison arrow, that sharp edge that creates a feeling of insecurity and stress. A plant represents wealth, and I would certainly like to advocate to you that you put a plant in the wealth area that is growing vertically to represent your wealth growing upwards. But we're also going to talk about in this very short module about how plants can actually clean the air and again create a very comfortable atmosphere, one that is also very healthy. This is a plant that I use quite a lot in a living room or in a place where you might be doing some meditation or praying. The peace lily. Okay, it does an awful lot of good things for you. It has these beautiful white flowers, which of course brings in the metal element for you. And it's not terribly hard to take care of, which a lot of us probably are very happy about. So I always like to look for plants that are easy to care for. And it does give a strong and peaceful energy. It takes care of a lot of different toxins. So it's something that can be very, very powerful for you. The Boston fern, you see a lot of these. And it's definitely a very big favorite for a lot of offices and homes. It does acquire a little more attention than the peace lily, but not a great deal. But it does take care of most pollutants. Here's one that I like to use in a bedroom. These Chinese blossom flowers are gorgeous. They represent optimism. They promote goodwill, happiness, and yes, even romance. Here are some more indoor plants that again take care of toxins that can be a real problem. There's a lot of different ficus plants. And I'm not talking about the fake ones that, a lot of us even have in our houses. But this particular ficus can lose some leaves while adjusting to a new space. But it's easier to care for than some of the other ficus plants. A dwarf date palm works really well too. And a neat feature of it, it tolerates very low levels of light. So if you have a room where you feel like a plant like this would be very advantageous, this is one that you might want to think of if you don't get a great deal of natural light there. English ivy is another one. It's very easy to grow, extremely adaptable, other than for high temperatures. The last one on this page is very helpful with getting rid of chemical toxins too. It doesn't need an awful lot of light. The rubber plant, especially like the leaves on this one, it survives in dim light and tolerates even cool temperatures. The bamboo plant, is resistant to insects, very peaceful, very tropical feeling, works extremely well here in the state of Florida. The lady palm works really well, easy to care for. I like seeing those words. And then here's a type of palm that also is very easy to care for and really can soften the energy in an environment very nicely for you. So those are my favorite plants for getting rid of toxins, creating that vertical growth that I'm always looking for. And I like certain ones because of the types of leaves too. You've probably heard of the money plant. And the money plant is also called a jade plant. And these are what they look like. It's got a type of leaves that look like, you might say, a coin. And you will see these in particular parts of a house. And when you're trying to sell, it certainly doesn't hurt to possibly have an extra plant like this in the wealth area of your house. Some do's and don'ts. Try to avoid dry flowers. Anything that is dead is bad feng shui. If you need to use something that's not alive, try to use silk, but real is definitely best for a lot of reasons. Again, it raises the energy and produces a better feel. Tropical plants work really well inside. And again, they remove toxins for you. Pointed leaves are more yang, and they move the chi a little quicker. And they really help in a stagnant corner. Stay away from any kind of spiky plant. Because a spiky plant is also something that you can catch yourself on and possibly have an injury or a cut. They do represent fire energy, but again, I try to stay away from those as much as possible. I like to use round and floppy leaves as much as I can in bedrooms. They're more yin, and they're very calming. In general, avoid thorns and sharp, pointy plants. Don't be afraid of color or fragrance. You know how much I think positively about positive aromas. Certainly, use moderation. You do not want to go crazy or do something overdone. You don't need tons and tons of plants. Soften harsh lines that you might see in a house. Again, they soften corners nicely for you. And do not keep dead or dying plants. They give off negative energy. So take them out. If they're not going to come back to life, take them out as soon as possible and replace them with something that is living and healthy. Plants, of course, can add a missing element, like this particular Barberton daisy. It can actually bring in, of course, the fire element very nicely for you. So here's a little bit of information about this one, but there are a lot of plants out there that can give you a missing element that you might need. Again, don't forget, every room should have all 5 elements, and in most cases in very small amounts. So in summary, use live plants. They bring uplifting energy for you. They can also help to add one of the 5 elements. A nice feature is they remove pollutants for you. They add the life energy. And they promote caring for you. You have to care for these plants every day, and it gives you that benefit also.